All right. Would you like to do the intro, or shall I?
If you have an intro for us, please give us an intro.
I mean, off the cuff here a little bit.
Yeah, let's do an off the cuff intro. I haven't thought about it yet.
All right. Hello and welcome to the first episode of Mood Rings with Russell, technically Rudo, and
Sam.
Sam, Mr. Chips. How you doing, Sam?
I'm good. Editing these photos to commentary tracks from Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Any noteworthy uh, tidbits learned?
There's a really great, God, it's like season 5 of Breaking Bad. There's a commentary track where Dean Norris is just like making fun of them for how complimentary they are to all like the behind the scenes crew. Dean Norris is like, "Oh, the beautiful rock that the prop people found." He's just like spends the whole thing, and they're all like kind of annoyed at him but laughing. It's really good.
That's great. Well, we got this mood board up, this beautiful mood board that you have put together, and we're going to talk about the legendary TLC 2.
This is only the second one, huh?
Yeah, so this is actually the third of a. It's called TLC 2, but this is actually the third of a trilogy of ladder matches between these three: the Bubba, Criminy, the Dudley Boys, Matt and Jeff Hardy, and Edge and Christian. The first ladder match happening at the WrestleMania prior, TLC 1, which is a ladder match but with tables and chairs.
Uh-huh.
You know, same difference really. And happening at SummerSlam the prior year, and now WrestleMania 17 we get TLC 2. And this one is the most famous of the three matches, probably the biggest highlight reel out of all three of them. And it is quite insane. Do you have any overall thoughts on the match before we get into the
I
deets?
loved it. I was so thrilled as it was going on. I was like, "Holy shit! These ladders!" When the ladders started falling, that first or the only time they did that overhead shot where the ladders were falling off to the side, I was like, "This is insane." It's a good choice.
Yeah, this is very very early into you being a wrestling watcher, and I guess because this is our first episode.
Yeah, I've seen one other match basically.
Yeah, this is a pretty like voluminous match. It raised the bar for these just crazy spot like huge moments matches. Really, nothing like this had happened in on any kind of like stage like this yet.
Mm-hmm.
These six, or these nine people,
Yeah,
really, all just went fucking crazy for 20 minutes straight, and just created a pretty crazy precedent for matches to come like this.
if I had seen this when I was young, if I was able to, as a young man, get past the ugly aesthetics, the aesthetics I perceived to be ugly as a child, and watch this, I might have enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely it turns heads for sure. So as we start, this we start off with footage of like the ring crew
Yeah,
bringing out all the plunder.
yeah,
Yeah, this is something they don't really do anymore.
okay.
Like something like kind of interesting where like they take the time to show all these people bringing out all of this stuff and setting it up. And now it like, you have a video package and they're setting it up during that, and you come back and everything's nice and neat and orderly already.
Hmm.
And you don't see like and like they're putting it up while JR and Paul Heyman are commentators for the evening. Really like put over how just like this is going to be a nightmare of humanity. Which it would end up being.
Yeah, I mean, I love seeing the crew guys. Like, I love when crew guys show up in live entertainment. If there's ever an opportunity for, like, during a play, the crew to come on stage, I love that.
It's yeah, I don't know why they don't show this anymore. Because it really like it makes it feel like something big is gonna happen. You know, like like all these people bringing all this stuff out. That might sound dumb, but to me that just is just like something special is about to happen.
No, it's absolutely something special. I agree with you.
First out, come Matt and Jeff, the Hardy brothers.
Now, tell me about them, Russell. I don't know anything about any of these characters.
Did you catch everybody's names? Like, are you able to put
yes.
names to faces?
I definitely have names to faces because
Okay.
when I was editing the photos too, I was like, naming the people for future reference. So I know the people, although them, they're not super easy for me to tell apart, especially this photo because the one doesn't have red hair. This is he's the red hair one. He's the red hair one, right?
Yes, this was the gentleman with the red hair, and this was the gentleman who had the red and black sheer mesh top. This is Matt Hardy, and this here is Jeff Hardy. Part of not being able to tell them apart is they are legit brothers, having grown up together and learning the ways of the mat in their little hometown of Raleigh, North Carolina, I think. Okay. That's fine.
What do you think of them? I'm also very interested in your opinions of these people, Russell, because they're all new to me.
Oh, okay. Well, so these two are legends of the sport for sure. Everybody in this match really did go on to be like legendary within, and we can get into that as everything develops and we talk about it.
Okay.
These two are still held to the standard of a notable act from this era.
Okay.
Really, them and Edge and Christian, who we'll get into next, are the ones who are like these are the two teams that people go like, oh, tag team wrestling from that era was crazy. Had a real long, and by the way, this match whenever it gets pointed to, this is TLC is one of the matches that has the lore, if you will, of this match shortens careers.
Why does it shorten careers?
Because it's dangerous.
Okay. That makes sense. I was wondering if it was like a not like an injury thing, more like a curse thing.
No, but as we can talk about here, once we've gone through everybody, we'll talk about where everybody is now.
Okay, great.
So yeah, the Hardys, love them. Very influential when I was a kid. Me and my brother, this was our favorite tag team.
Okay.
We would play as these guys in all of the video games and stuff.
Oh, that's great. Who were you?
Yeah, I was Matt.
You were Matt.
He was Jeff.
I didn't cut it out, but I got this great, I believe Jeff from some video game.
Yes. That looks like it was from, that might be like a custom.
Oh, is it custom? That would make sense.
But
The face is a little...
No Mercy.
The face is a little mismatched to the body tone, but I enjoyed that. I was
but
cut that out.
It looks like it's him from like No Mercy or SmackDown too. Next up, coming out, we have Edge and Christian, the two blonde bombshell babes. Yeah, nice and signed photo. Here.
Yeah. I was like, I considered erasing the signature, and I was like, that's going to take a long time.
No, that's great. So we have on our left in the photo is Edge, and on the right in this photo is Christian. And these two are not actually brothers, but were billed as such in the ring for whatever reason.
Okay.
Also, a excellent team. Like I said, it was really these two teams that were like these are the guys. Like, you know, four young dudes like fresh in the business who were really expected to be like big deals, especially Edge. From Edge's first match, he was earmarked as like a guy who was going to be the top guy in the industry.
Okay.
Which is kind of crazy.
He is given, you know, the big moment of the whole thing. And he's the one who's treated, even though they both win, he's the one who's treated as like the winner. In my perception of the ending. Where like when I rewatched it a little bit, I was looking for something at the end. Or no, when I was looking at the screen caps, I was like, oh, he wasn't the one who actually grabbed the belt. It was Christian that grabbed the belt. I forgot that. Because it seemed like Edge was the one who physically grabbed the belt by the way that the camera focused on him as they left the ring.
He was definitely the one who, and if this were about a more broad career retrospective on these two, you would see that within the way each man was treated. But yeah, Edge was the one considered by the Fed to be the big deal, while Christian was his sidekick.
Okay.
Rounding out our trio of tag team title triumvirates are the Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boyz.
I was very entertained by these guys. Devon comes out doing that, like sticking his tongue out, making all these like wild gesticulations, which did not screen cap very well from our low quality stream. So I was like, this is the walkout of this match.
Yeah, we are not using Peacock, folks. Yeah, so these men entered the match as the tag team champions, but the belts were already hung up above the ring. So, as everybody came to the ring, it really had a feeling of everybody had like a real serious look, like everybody was prepared to just absolutely go to war. It was really cool. Like, it was just like every single person involved in this match truly brought their A game. The Dudleys included.
They were great. They were like spoilers for the match. It felt like they were fucking things up.
Yeah, they really did. As each team comes out, commentary notes that the seconds of every group, Lita for the Hardy Boys, Rhino for Edge and Christian, and little Spike Dudley for the Dudley Boys, were all hurt and injured going into this match.
Okay. So they were mentioned in the thing. I didn't notice that. When they started coming out, I was excited. I was like, "Oh my god, who's this little guy?" When Spike runs out.
Yeah, everybody. Each of these tag teams like had their seconds and stuff. though they were all injured before the show. The moment the bell rings, hell just breaks loose. And just everybody just starts brawling and just chaos reigns here.
Immediately I was like, I can't track anything that's going on for like this first shot here. I was like, oh my god.
For these bigger matches, I'll try to make like a visual guide for you.
That'd be good.
So that we can okay, we'll do that for the future. I'll be like, this is Matt Hardy, this is Jeff, this is Edge, this is Christian.
They were, it's smartly done because everyone's very distinct looking, apart from each other. The purple and yellow on Edge and Christian. It's Matt with the red hair. Jeff with the red hair. Yeah, Jeff with the red hair. Yeah. The Dudleys with the camo. They are, they are distinct. It was just for those first moments I was like, I can't tell any of the actual moves that are going on here.
Yeah. And smartly, these matches are structured in a way where like there's something always going on in the ring, while on the outside other people are getting either a little break or setting something else up.
Yeah, there were a couple of moments there where they were like setting up the tables on the outside, and I was like, oh.
It's very smartly structured where like something is always going on. And it really, really gets your attention the whole way through. So yeah, we have a good photo of the first big spot here. Mm-hmm. Christian getting double flapjacked by the Dudleys. Jeff and Matt Hardy hit the Poetry in Motion on both of the Dudley boys. I knew we didn't talk about this at all prior, but I knew for a fact you were getting that screen cap. Oh, beautiful, Jeff. Flying through the air off of the back of his brother, Matt.
So that one's called the Poetry in Motion?
It's called the Poetry in Motion.
Where do you learn the names of the moves, Russell?
So two things. Good commentary team will shout out the big moves like that. So JR did call the flapjack.
Okay.
And then part two of that is like for the signature moves, they call them more commonly, but some of them you can kind of count on a more experienced viewer to just know. So like this is like their signature move that they bust out like very commonly. The other thing is the games, honestly.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so like you play the games and it's just like here are 14 Uranagis, here are 14 arm drags, and you can you pick them out and kind of figure out what they look like.
Okay.
But one of the primaries is like a good commentary team will call out the important moves. And JR and Paul Heyman are a excellent duo. This is actually the I think it's the second or third time that they actually work together.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is kind of crazy going into it, the biggest show of the year. that they have like a new kind of inexperienced team. Not that either of them individually were inexperienced, but they haven't worked together a whole lot.
Okay.
They hit Poetry in Motion, and then Edge and Christian come in and take out everybody with a ladder.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, they are killing each other.
That's how you know it started, is just first the Hardys and then the Dudleys just get wrecked with this ladder.
Yeah.
And you just like know things are only going to get crazier from here.
Yeah. I started thinking about like I've moved ladders around before. It's hard to even just pick up a ladder and move it. I hurt myself picking up a ladder to move it in position to climb and get something. I can't imagine getting hit with one. Ugh.
I think about that a lot. Is like I've had to use ladders for work and stuff, and it is just like, first off, yes, it's very heavy. It's very awkward. Especially like holding it like long way, the way they are holding it. Going up like more than 3 or 4 rungs, a nightmare.
Yeah.
Just like I want to be anywhere else than here.
Like
It just miserable.
later, there's the part where I'm sorry, I'm going to keep confusing Matt and Jeff. Red hair is
Jeff.
Where Jeff is walking across the tops of those like 3 ladders in a row. I was like, oh.
Jeff is the daredevil of the whole crew. If you somehow watching this match did not pick that up.
Okay.
Edge and Christian, I hope you got a screen cap of this. Stand on Matt Hardy's dick.
Oh, I got several screen caps
And then
of this. I took the whole lead up because I loved this cap I got right here. There's something very this image with his hand across his face here.
Yeah. This is actually cool. I like the way they set this up. So for whatever I don't know why this is, but the position Matt is put in here with where he's like strung up on the top rope like that is called the Tree of Woe.
Tree of Woe.
Yes, and I have no idea why it's called that.
Sorry. Okay, so you're saying this is the Tree of Woe.
Yeah, but like eliminate Edge and Christian standing on Matt Hardy's dick.
Mm-hmm.
Just the way Matt is set up.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'll look into why it's called that. I've never looked into it, but it's called the Tree of Woe. And you see Christian here hooking Matt's leg up into the holy shit, I forgot what this is called. The turnbuckle.
Turnbuckle.
And for some reason, like, it's rare to see that get set up. I feel like a lot of dudes just put the dude up there and the guy hooks the leg for them.
Okay.
So good up on Christian for being the savant that he is. I'm a big fan of Christian.
Okay. Yeah, is of the 6 main guys, is Christian the one your pick from this match?
My pick from this match?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like you say you
he's
like
probably my favorite.
Okay.
He's probably my favorite out of everybody involved in this match, yeah.
Okay. As a child, we
can sort of get into.
It was Jeff or
Yeah.
Matt was your favorite as a child?
As a child, it was Matt.
Matt.
Childhood is when you idolize the Hardy Boys, but adulthood is when you realize that Christian is the actual man. Got lost in the sauce a little bit. That's fine. So Edge and Christian stand on Matt Hardy's dick and then drop toe hold Jeff onto a chair.
Okay.
The chair as seen in this little corner here, nice and set up. The Dudleys come in and beat up Christian, and Edge uses this opportunity to set up a ladder, which Matt gets clotheslined off of.
Okay, so you said Christian sets up a ladder. Oh, I should have made a ladder toy. I should have gotten a ladder toy.
Don't worry about it. This match is so fast paced that there's probably like I tried to get like sort of a play-by-play
Mm-hmm.
in my notes, but like there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Criminy. Yes. So Matt goes up this ladder a little bit, and Edge clotheslines him off.
Have the aftermath
And
of
I
that
guess
here.
the first real bump of the match. First of many guys falling off of something.
Okay. That bump is falling off of something.
Yeah, a bump is like when you land from taking a move.
Okay.
So like when they fall down, basically.
I love I love mixing the very different types of toys. I'm like very intentionally trying not to make them like the same line of toys. More fun that way.
These are definitely very different eras.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is rated R Edge from like, oh gosh, when was this? He was doing this for a long time. That looks like it's like 2009 Edge.
I would try to grab toys with similar colors, but I couldn't find a good one that had Matt with the red hair.
That's surprising. I feel like they're would be like one of the more milked out of the whole everybody in this match.
Maybe I shouldn't say couldn't find a good one, more that I just didn't pick the red haired ones for some reason.
Oh, I see.
Anyway, we've had our first big bump. What happens next, Russell? Remind me.
Yes. Jeff drop kicks Edge off of the ladder in turn.
Holy shit, that looks fucking nuts. I love... So, as I was doing this, I was just screen cap. I was being very indiscriminate, and then I edited them down later to make it easier to look through them. All the ones I got with those flashes going off. The flashes are so incredible.
They are. I made a note of it later on, but that's something I definitely miss in wrestling, is when something big happens and just the flash bulbs start going off like crazy, and it just lights everything up. It just is unbelievable.
Yeah. It is. I love the way the old cameras make them into those like cross shapes, whatever lenses, whatever quality of video that they're using at the time.
It really is something else.
See, I'm going to enjoy as we do this, assuming that we watch, a fair bit of older matches. This is 21 years old at this point. Just looking at the way the old cameras pick things up. I forgot to bring it up when we did the WrestleMania 3 that no one will ever hear, but there was like a great do I even have that screen cap anymore? There was a screen cap I loved from that you could just see the certain wavy, I don't know how to describe it, but like cameras in like the 70s and 80s when you watch like old live events, they just have such a great quality to them.
Yeah. Well, we're going to eventually have to go even further back and watch like Luthez and stuff like and like black and white shit where no one had a personal camera.
That sounds incredible.
We'll definitely have to find something from that era. The Hardys like drop kick a ladder into the Dudleys and damn near send Bubba into the crowd.
Holy shit.
Pull as we see here Christian off of the ladder, and then do a tandem leg drop and splash from different ladders
Oh, this
onto Christian. Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm remembering this now.
Just really sick. As you can imagine, Matt Hardy. Yes, this is a perfect image of it. Landing essentially on his ass. It should surprise you not at all to learn that he no longer does this move. Compact your tailbone like crazy. And he normally, in a normal match with no plunder in it, would do it off of the second rope.
Okay.
And that was bad enough. Our friend Hulk Hogan, who did a leg drop standing, like from a standing position, said that he eventually became 2 inches shorter thanks to the leg drop. But he did say it, so it's possible that I don't believe it for a second. He's full of shit. Legendarily so.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Yeah, get him out of here.
You mean to tell me that a man who is now 20 years older no longer does this move anymore?
He no longer does the move where he jumps off of any height and lands on his ass? No, he does not. Then the Dudleys come in and they do the "What's up?"
Oh,
to Edge.
they do. How many years after the commercial "Was Up" is this move?
We got Bubba's beautiful tongue here. This is I don't even know how long after the commercial this was, but this was 2001. So at the best defense for it is that it is like a year after Scary Movie. So like they had that going for them, but not the timeliest of references. Bubba Ray and Devon would do this move for the rest of their careers.
Cool.
So, you know, it got even less timely as things went on.
Tell me, Russell. This match is 2001. Did you watch it when it happened?
No. So actually, the first Raw I ever watched, like the first weekly show I ever watched, was the night after this show.
Really?
Yes, was the Raw immediately after this show, which was the probably worst time to start watching because it is exactly when wrestling became not popular anymore.
Really?
Which is pretty on brand for me. But
why so not popular anymore?
so this show kind of culminated the end of what was known as the Attitude Era.
Okay, heard of it.
Yeah, like in terms of like, you know, you have just like the different eras where like things were kind of moving in some particular direction. This was like the end of the most popular one. At this point, WCW was bought by the WWF. ECW went out of business. This was kind of the only game left in town. And sort of the way they followed up and capitalized on that left something to be desired.
Okay.
Like it was said that like basically every Monday night it would be either WWF Raw's War or WCW Nitro. Those were like the two highest rated things. And when they bought WCW, they thought like, oh, all these people who watch WCW are just going to watch our show now. But then it turned out that they just stopped watching. Like those viewers just like disappeared, and then WWF's viewers started to dwindle themselves too. So it was kind of it started kind of a long, slow downturn that the of like viewership and stuff like that uh, professional wrestling is still enjoying to this day.
Oh.
Yeah, so one of those things.
So what was the date of this match again?
April 1st,
April 1st.
2001.
Wow. And so that's
I think
5 months before 9/11.
That is one way of putting it.
Did 9/11 kill popular wrestling? Did 9/11 end the Attitude Era?
No. The thing that ended the Attitude Era was the main event of this show. The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin ended with Stone Cold, Vince McMahon aligning with Stone Cold and those two shaking hands.
Oof.
That was thought to be the thing that truly killed it. And I looked it up. It was, in fact, April 1st, 2001.
Okay. So this man kills the Attitude Era.
Oh, yes. Absolutely, he did. He killed basically every era. He killed the territories.
Yeah.
He killed
countless wrestlers.
Countless wrestlers. He was compliant in the killing of some wrestlers' girlfriends.
Oh my god.
I said girlfriends. It was just Jimmy Snuka.
God damn.
Jimmy. We love the. It's too much to get into right now.
No, I'm sure you'll tell me lots about Vince as we go.
Vince McMahon gets his own episode.
I gotta tell you though.
It'll be like a 3-parter.
I gotta tell you though, my Vince toy lookup. There's a lot of Vince toys. Of course, there's a lot of Vince toys. I actually love this one.
Yeah,
I actually love this toy.
that was like one from way back in the day.
Yeah, 83,
Like
I believe, is
before-
the year on this toy.
83.
I think maybe that was what was written on the eBay listing, but it's an LJN,
Okay.
who are also responsible for what some people consider to be the worst Andre toy.
Let's see. Oh. Yeah, that is not great. Does it come with the pinky on his right hand chewed off by a dog?
Only if you're lucky.
So like they manufactured it that way.
Mm-hmm. Russell, you know what I did? I'm reluctant to even tell you.
Oh, I want to hear it. You got it?
I did.
Yeah.
I found it was a listing. I was like, this is probably the best price I'll ever come across on this fucking thing. And like 2 years from now, when I want it even more and can never get it again, it doesn't come with the plastic. It's just the toy and the card, which is good enough for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you can.
I can make.
I feel
that.
like you could probably get. Yeah.
I can make that. I know how to use a vacuform machine. I will probably make my own to kind of replicate the vibe. The card,
There
though,
you go. The
cards are super expensive to get the Japanese cards that would fit in this little slot right here.
even just by itself.
Even
like
just
no
by
toy?
itself, those are incredibly collectible and rare. I'm looking into it, but probably hold off on that one for a while. But yeah, I did it, Russell.
That's amazing. I am happy for you. But I'm happy for you. That's part of the vibe. I guess because this is our first episode, we can talk about it. This whole thing came up because I am a wrestling freak. And our friend Sam here is very into the collectibles.
Yeah.
and discovered himself some Andre the Giant.
Andre, you weren't in this match, so.
Yeah.
What happens after the
So they hit the was up to Edge, and JR says that will affect your sexual drive.
Ooh.
That is just like a notable thing. So if you're wondering, having Devon Dudley headbutt you in the grundle will make it hard to get it up, apparently, according to JR. I do not know how much experience he is speaking from.
I got two really good, just like flashed out screen caps and back to back right here.
Yeah.
Of the was
like, that's just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That just doesn't happen anymore. But like it goes to show, like, it was a popular thing, right? Like, people at events were like, they're doing the what's up, I gotta get a photo of Devon Dudley headbutting his taint. And then we get one of the other famous Dudley Boyz spots. Devon, get the tables.
Oh yeah, I loved watching him close the legs on this table, because I was like, I've done that many times.
Yeah.
Close the legs on
Speaking,
the
we
table
talked
like
about,
that.
by the way, how hard it is to carry a ladder and how heavy those are.
Yeah.
These tables are also quite heavy.
Absolutely.
I have delicate little hands, and I hate whenever I have to carry one of these fucking things around.
You know, I've broken one of these tables with my body before.
Oh.
Not in any sort of a wrestling capacity, but I was laying on top of it for some reason, making a joke to some students of mine at the time, and the table fucking broke. So,
Did you break through the middle of it like a?
I think we did kind of break through the middle of it. I don't remember the exact break on the table, but I remember breaking a table exactly like that.
I mean, I feel like they must be easier to break than you would think, considering they're,
I mean, I think they're made of particle
heavy
board.
reliant use.
I think this table, from the way it breaks when they break through it in the stage later, and from the way I broke through the one I broke through, they're made of particle board, so that's just that'll crumble if you punch it hard enough.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense why they get such use out of that.
This is one of the lovely signs I got a good cap of. What does it say? Devon,
3D.
get the
table. That's the spot. It just is like Bubba Ray shouts Devon, shoves him, and it says get the tables. They would do that every show, and people loved it.
Okay. I mean, I loved it now.
Yeah, they weren't wrong.
He picks up the table with such finesse.
As they set up, all hell breaks loose, and Bubba powerbombs Jeff Hardy onto Edge through a table.
Oh yeah, I got two lovely photos of that right here. This is what wrestling's all about.
It is truly gorgeous. Yeah. Just that must suck, like, no matter where you're at in this exchange, like having a dude slammed into you.
And then the slam's not even enough. Then the table breaks and you hit the ground.
Yeah. It's just it sucks. The Dudleys then set up 4 tables outside.
Yeah.
As Paul Heyman expands on the Daddy Dudley lore.
Tell me about the Daddy Dudley lore.
As Daddy Dudley apparently owned a construction company. So this is not something that came up too much in the WWE. The Dudley Boyz were alumni of Extreme Championship Wrestling, which Paul Heyman ran. The three Dudleys we see tonight, Devon, Bubba, and later on Little Spike Dudley, were not the only Dudleys in the wrestling world.
Oh, wow.
In fact, they were one of the few. Here's a more expanded team. Does it show up as a exclamation point on your side?
It does show up an exclamation point on your side. On my side too, yes.
Fuck. All right. Cool. Well, there were more of them in ECW who did not get signed to WWF, as these ones we see tonight were the talented ones.
How many were there?
The three original members were Dudley, Big Dick Dudley, and Snot excuse me, I cannot speak right now. Snot Dudley. Later on, expanded to Chubby Dudley, the very classy Dances with Dudley, Sign Guy Dudley, who would walk around holding up. Yeah, he would just hold up a sign.
Wow.
And I guess that's Joel. Other people would just be part of the group as like a one-off. Joel Gertner was Studley Dudley, and one night Jenna Jameson.
Wow.
Was Lady Dudley.
Cool.
Very cool. But these are the three important ones you see before you. Devon, Bubba Ray, and Little Spike Dudley.
I could have gotten one that matched his look in the appearance in this more, but I was like, how could I pass up this little overall toy?
This one is probably so Lil Spike did not really have too much of a famous WWF career. He was around for sure, won a couple of titles, but this is probably like his most famous look.
Okay.
Where like he appeared on the documentary Beyond the Mat.
Heard of it.
Back when he was still in ECW, and he's just like bleeding buckets backstage, like after a performance. He's just like just like gushing, and he's just like wiping himself off with a towel, and like, and he's like, oh, I love this so much. It's just like the biggest adrenaline rush. Like there's nothing else is like this. And then they're like, well, what do you do when you don't wrestle? I'm a middle school English teacher.
So you're telling me the red on that yellow isn't a tie-dye shirt, it's his blood?
I'm pretty sure it's a tie-dye shirt.
Oh, it's a tie-dye shirt. Okay.
They were big into tie-dye back in the day.
The Attitude Era. One of the Oh yeah, I watched a Pawn Stars clip where Mick Foley comes in to authenticate a Cactus Jack shirt. Like a good.
Oh yeah.
Is it Cactus Jack or was it? It was like a tie-dye shirt of his.
Oh, for tie-dye it would have been Dude Love.
Dude Love, yes. It was a Dude Love shirt.
Was it genuine?
Yeah, but they wouldn't pay what it was worth, so the guy went home with it.
I feel like that's every bit of that show that I've ever seen.
Yeah, fuck Pawn Stars.
Where like some guy comes in and says, "Oh yeah, this is worth $5,000." So all right, what do you want for it? $5,000? I'll give you 2.
Yeah.
Okay, well, goodbye. What a dumbass show.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
I enjoy those like shows about collectibles and stuff, but Pawn Stars, I was always a little fuck these personalities.
Yeah.
I've watched so much of that WWE Treasures show also. Like every clip I could find on YouTube, I think I've watched it.
Is it? I've never even heard of that.
It's kind of like Pawn Stars or American Pickers. It's more like American Pickers, but just about wrestling memorabilia.
Okay.
And it's like they go to collectors' houses and then they lowball them to try to buy back wrestling memorabilia that the WWE was too stupid to realize was important. You know, like 20 years ago, they're like, "Oh, we really need a Socko. We don't have a Socko in the archive." So they like go to this wonderful collector's house, this like total fucking weirdo who's like, he's like this long-haired beard guy. He's like, "I run the greatest wrestling the greatest wrestling memorabilia collection." You know, he like shows them his like house. He's just like a house devoted to this stuff. He's got a Socko in a case. And Mick Foley comes over and he's like, "Hey, can we get that?" He's like, "You can have it, man. Just meet my kids." He was great.
Oh, what a mark.
You should watch that guy. You should watch that guy's clips. He's been on the show like twice at least that I've seen.
Okay. I'll check it out.
There's other guys who are like, they kind of suck. I'm a big fan of the show. It's the worst acting, the worst writing. It's all fake, but I like the stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I like the stuff.
Well, I do find it believable that the type of guy who would fill his house with like memorabilia like that would like, you just send the dude over,
Yeah,
and say like, "Can I have that?" They would totally, yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Take this priceless thing for $100.
Yeah.
Like,
No, yeah, he did that twice.
Yeah.
He gave away stuff that was, pretty cool twice because he's just like, "Yeah, man, it's going to your future museum. That's great."
3 ladders are set up in the ring, and everyone starts to climb.
Oh my god! When this started to happen, I was like blown away by this.
They brawl at the top, and this is where I put in my notes. The flashbulbs just go wild for this, like just going off like crazy. Not in this photo.
Yeah, I don't have a screen cap with a lot of flashbulbs on this spot.
But rest assured, they were there
Yeah.
when I watched.
The most flashbulbs I have is for later when one of the Hardys does that 20-foot jump through a table.
That I am not surprised for, but yeah, this is a cool moment. Just everybody goes up. You got a great screen cap of this. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Matt and Christian fall out first. Christian goes to the fucking floor. Oh my god. And there was nothing out there to break his fall. Just straight to the floor. Jesus.
And then Devon and Matt go.
Devon and Jeff.
And then everybody's down.
Those go down too. And then I think Bubba and Edge just punch each other off, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. But then we get this great overhead cam of Christian is already just out of frame. Oh, they cut to him a minute later, and he's setting up a table. And I would have needed an hour to recover from that, if at all. Like, Jesus. But this is the moment we get. Little Spike Dudley.
Is it his time to shine?
His time to shine.
I'm noticing it right now. He's wearing a Devon shirt.
Is it a Devon? It is a Devon specifically. I wonder if like the side or the back says "get the tables."
The arm might say
Probably.
"get the tables," or like the tables at least.
I like that shirt though. But yeah, here he comes in,
And
hits the
here he goes
acid drop on Edge, and then hits the acid drop on Christian. Which, do you get it, by the way?
No.
His move there is the acid drop. And his name is Little Spike Dudley.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
right?
Okay. And he wears tie dye.
Yeah. They're having fun. They're having major fun with these acid jokes. It's fun with abbreviations.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying. Yeah. So, and Christian just set up that table. Like he
This is the table he set
he
up
set
after
that up
he.
so he could go through it. Yeah.
Wow.
That's something you'll notice in wrestling. This is a little behind the curtain for you. Is if somebody sets up a table or something, they're the ones who usually end up going through it.
Okay.
And for one thing, narratively, right? It's a little bit of a like hoist by your own petard, a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And then, but practically, you know, if you're going through this table, you better be the one who makes sure it's set up in a way where you can go through it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like you're the one who's got to take responsibility for it being where you want it to be when you go through it. Because then otherwise you can't then go to the back and go like, you put the table 2 feet further away than you were supposed to and I missed. No, that's on you.
Am I right? This is
Yeah.
next.
This summons the man beast, Rhino. This is a great Rhino figure. Who was aligned with I guess we didn't explicitly say this, but yeah, Spike Dudley is aligned with the Dudley Boyz.
Mm-hmm.
Rhino is aligned with Edge and Christian. He just I don't remember the storyline reason. He just was their friend. And then later on, Lita is aligned with the Hardys. So these are kind of almost like a trios thing going on in this match.
Absolutely.
So Rhino comes out and gores everybody. This summons Lita, who comes out and Call of the Century. I don't know if you heard it.
Oh, did I hear it?
Oh, did you hear it? Amazing. So, Rhino sets up a ladder and tries to push Edge up it. Lita runs out, and JR calls, Lita is jerking Edge off the ladder.
God.
It's a classic misspeak. Or not misspeak, but just
Double entendre.
didn't quite realize what he was saying until, to his credit, there is barely a pause of him realizing what he said and correcting it. But she's jerking Edge off the ladder. Those were absolutely two different sentences.
Her outfit is something else. I was like, holy shit, this fucking whale tail thing.
We could that comes to another moment that will happen in just a minute that we can talk about. But this was a little bit of a gift of prophecy from JR. So it's mentioned briefly that Lita is Matt Hardy's girlfriend. The two were dating in real life.
Mm-hmm.
They would later break up after Lita cheated on Matt Hardy with Edge.
Oh, wow.
So this is a little bit of a gift of prophecy that JR had, where Lita Hurricane Rana's Rhino, and Spike hits him with a chair, which knocks Edge over. This whole sequence is so fast I had to pause and circle back to take notes on, by the way.
Yeah, every screen cap I have of it is like there's another completely other thing is going on. I can hardly keep track of it.
It starts going into a mega overdrive. So Lita hits the Hurricane Rana onto Rhino, who then gets hit, stands up, and then gets hit with a chair by Spike Dudley, which knocks over the ladder that Edge was on. Yeah, he takes a real nasty landing onto the rope there. That's like groin tear city. Looks incredibly unpleasant. Yeah.
My back is killing me. All I ever do is sit in the fucking chair.
Yeah, this is like the wildest thing about like wrestling is that this is not the craziest thing that happens in this match. But then like the first thing, I would be like, I'm done. In fact, I tapped out earlier in the match when I said like Christian fell to the floor, and I would have been like, I need like an hour. But no, he dusts himself off real quick.
Sets up a table to fall through in a couple minutes.
Yeah, I think it is like something like 30 seconds to a minute between those two happenings. He just recovers right away. But Edge gets knocked over. The Dudleys hit the Doomsday device on Rhino.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Paul Heyman calls it the Dudleyville device.
Okay.
Which now that I think about it, I put Doomsday device in my notes. I don't remember if Devon does the lariat or the shoulder block, which I guess would technically speaking signify a difference there. I'm sorry if that was technical.
That's okay. Maybe someday I'll understand. Maybe someday you'll teach me well enough that I will be able to comment on what you just said.
Yeah, we'll get some matches with some good Doomsday devices in them. And then Lita comes in and murders Spike with a chair.
Yeah.
Just criminy. The noise on this thing. I think more so than any other chair shot in the match. She just kills him.
Now tell me which announcer yelled "Take it off"?
That was Paul Heyman. Because my next note being, she murders Spike with a chair and takes her shirt off for some reason. As you mentioned with her whale tail earlier, this kind of just, where women's wrestling was in the year 2001. It's gotten a lot better, but yeah, it kind of like, as rad as Lita is, they and then like you can hear Vince, you can hear Vince, and then you're gonna kill him with the chair, and then you're gonna take your shirt off. The fans are gonna go nuts. Paul Heyman kind of filling in that role of I don't know, because I did watch the run of him as the announcer. I don't know if he really did that too much more, but definitely playing the pervert role that Jerry Lawler had so duteously fulfilled before him. So Paul Heyman was the one shouting, "Take it off! Take it off! Take it off!"
Yeah, it was the most excited shot call I heard in the entire match. It was the most passionate announcing I heard.
For sure. Lita then gets 3D'd, which is the Dudley's finisher. I doubt we're going to cover this era, so while this photo is popping up, this is the Dudley's finisher is Devon first lifts up the victim in a flapjack, and Bubba Ray catches the victim while they're in the air with a diamond cutter, ace crusher, if you will.
Okay.
It's been called a lot of stuff. Oh, little Spike Dudley got Lita's shirt. Good for him.
Wow.
This is, I've talked up Edge and Christian, and I talked up the Hardy Boys as favorites. But this move fucking rules. The 3D. No one else does it. Probably out of respect, I guess, but it definitely is a favorite move of mine. I like these type of things where it's like, but moves that are kind of just combinations of other moves. She gets 3D'd, and Edge and Christian murder the Dudleys with chairs, including a self-concerto, where Christian, as seen here, they throw Bubba Ray Dudley a chair, who then holds it up and gets hit in the face with that chair via another chair. It's pretty convoluted, but it's it's pretty rad. Okay. They used to call that a concerto, Edge and Christian.
Oh, concerto. I heard it that time.
Yeah, where they would just hit somebody at the same time with a chair. They're kind of of these three teams, they're kind of the goofballs.
Sorry, which are the goofballs?
Edge and Christian.
Edge and Christian are the goofballs. Interesting. I would imagine that the Dudleys were goofballs based on the what's up.
Based on that and the whole family dynamic, but
that too.
The Dudleys were kind of the psychopaths. Okay. Of the three.
They do bring a lot of chaos to the proceedings.
Yeah, they were like, putting old women through tables and stuff.
They brought old women into the ring.
Well, they were wrestlers back in the day, but they were just like still around, and they were just old now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. They're not bringing little old ladies into the ring.
No, they were bringing experienced wrestlers who just are now old ladies.
Gotcha.
More ladders are set up inside while Jeff pulls out a gigantic ladder outside. And while he ascends and swanton bombs Rhino and Spike through the tables that are set up outside.
This is the most gorgeous screen
God.
cap I got.
Just beautiful. Just especially, let's put these two like next to each other if we can.
Yeah, easy.
Where like this is just everybody's he's setting up for something crazy here, and then bam, just everybody at the right moment.
Yeah, and they played this so many times.
Like 3 or 4 times from different angles and stuff.
Yeah.
Which you don't let your wrestler do this and then not, milk it for all it's worth,
Yeah.
Let the moment happen,
And the goddamn aftermath, it looks so fucked up.
Yeah, as it does. You notice in this screen cap, it's harder to see in the other angles. Mrs. Rhino.
Oh.
And poor little Spike Dudley takes the brunt of the move. Rhino being a pro, like he doesn't just lay on the table like an idiot. He rolls into Spike and then under the table so that, he's not just laying up there. But crazy spot by Jeff Hardy. Not his most iconic swanton.
Okay.
But definitely up there. I think probably like the Royal Rumble entrance way one was got a little bit more airtime. But that's because his moment comes up later in the match.
Yeah. I mean, as it was happening, I was... it was funny because the first time it happened, I didn't realize how big a deal it was until they replayed it 3 times. I was like, oh, this is a huge deal. That's a huge ladder. It's like the fact that they replayed it so many times made me go, oh, right. That's something. And then you know what? It also does a good job too. It did a good job of making me really pay attention for the Edge's spear. Because I was like, oh, that's a gigantic ladder. Like, it kind of like put it in my head, which I think is good setup. If this didn't get replayed 3 times, I probably wouldn't have had the same reaction to the Edge spearing him later.
This match has gone like 1,000 miles an hour at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially in the moments that we just went over. So like having that bit where it is super exciting, but then now, all right, have this moment where things get replayed a few times so that we can let the wrestlers breathe for a second.
Yeah, because too, when it cut back finally, like there was a bunch of things set up that weren't set up before. I was like, oh, that was good. It gave them a second.
Well, actually, even like, so the next thing that happens is 3 ladders are set up in the ring. Devon and Christian climb up to get the belts, and Matt Hardy pulls the ladder out from underneath them, leaving the two to desperately hang from the rigging. And they point out that you can totally win a ladder match from this spot. You technically don't even need a ladder if you can just get up there and pull it down some other way.
Yeah.
But neither man is successful. They both end up dropping. Which I think makes what's about to happen even more kind of crazy. So they both fall over. Jeff, the madman, is already up after taking the Swanton bomb from the 20-foot ladder.
Incredible.
And tries to walk across the 3 to catch the belts.
Yeah, this gave me incredible anxiety watching him step across those ladders. Those things definitely have huge warnings that say not a step. Like, he's looking at things that say not a step on them.
Yeah. He's stepping on multiple not steps.
Yeah.
And the spot fails. Jeff does not make it to stand on the last ladder, but he catches himself. It's not too much of a failure. He lands on his feet, is able to set the ladder up and climb straight back up right away. A bit of the behind the scenes of this is Jeff was actually able to do this spot in practice runs.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was like, I can do it. He did it in a rehearsal, and they were like, all right, but the thing that they missed about him doing it in the rehearsal was that he did not wrestle for 15 minutes before that. And did not also just take a huge dive off of a 20-foot ladder. So that changes, the equation a little bit.
Okay. That makes sense. I did wonder, it felt a little weird that he fell just to get right back up again. That makes sense.
Yeah, like he was meant to end up there, but was not successful.
He got there, though.
He did climbs back up, and catches onto the rigging himself as Bubba Ray tries to pull the ladder out from underneath him.
Mm-hmm.
And in probably the most famous ladder spot of all time, Edge from the other side spears Jeff Hardy off of the rigging.
it was just jaw-dropping.
Yes.
It was just absolutely the most incredible wrestling I've ever seen. Having only
Insane.
seen literally one other match, this is the most incredible wrestling I've ever seen.
A little bit of a different pace than Hogan versus Andre.
Watching Andre bear hug Hogan for 3 minutes straight.
Yeah. I mean, this is the moment that happens in every video package for this match type. This is every like Jeff Hardy video package, every Edge video package. Like this was one of the most like replayed moments from this entire show. Yeah. And like to this day, I don't think like there have been other ladder matches that have been kind of just as crazy as this one. I still think this is probably the best one. And oh shit, yeah. Deservedly one of the most iconic wrestling moments of all time.
They made a bobblehead of it.
They made a bobblehead of it. Oh gee. I like the face.
I think these bobbleheads are so stupid. I think they're hilarious. I love that both the matches we did had these bobbleheads.
Face that Edge is making here.
The smile.
That is almost certainly the mindset Adam Copeland had. This just this is him smiling at a neighbor. Oh, hey, buddy. Ain't seen you in a few days. Definitely the attitude he had coming down from there. Yeah. Incredible. That was my next question: is what face is Jeff making? And you know, this serenity is for sure how he felt.
His like one eyebrow's a little raised.
20-foot rigging. Yeah. He's like, I didn't think this would play out like that, but whatever. Just whatever. I'm falling off of the 20-foot rigging. Getting speared off of it. This photo is amazing. I've never seen this photo before.
I believe Edge posted it on his Twitter recently. Maybe not exactly recently, but in some sort of anniversary post of the event.
Yeah.
The way he lands is pretty great too. The way he lands and kind of lands up on his
pops
knees,
right back up
and then tilts over.
It is great. Now the face. If you'll let me if I can blow this up real quick.
Of course.
That's appropriate. Poor fucking Jeff. Taking 2 huge, humongous falls like that. Mm-hmm. Right in a row. But yeah, this is I also love Edge flying back up like that. I feel like you would sort of do that, right?
Yeah, I mean he's rebounding off of the ground,
sort
from
of
a
rebounding.
20-foot drop.
Yeah. Oof. Incredible. Matt and Bubba end up at the top.
Oh, they're gonna get. It's over. Ladder. One of them's gonna get it after that incredible spear. Uh-oh.
And I do love Bubba hitting Matt in the face with the belt there. But Rhino spoils the party and pushes them off. And they go through the earlier setup, 4 tables.
The 4 tables finally pay off.
Yes. You get your setups and your payoffs. Classic wrestling here.
Classic storytelling right there.
Classic storytelling. If this was a movie, this would be a perfect script.
God, it would be.
Looking at actually this photo, Matt was already busted open a little bit.
Oh shit.
I don't know what caused that. What was the last thing Matt was doing?
I don't remember.
He pulled the ladder away from Christian and Devon. That's kind of nuts. Okay. Oh, he got hit with the belt. Oh, that's crazy that he would hit him that hard with the belt while they were up there. But both end up going through gigantic table, the gigantic setup. Matt barely gets there, by the way.
You mean like he almost hit the floor?
Like, yeah, like his legs were like hanging off of the setup. Is that okay? Maybe I'm crazy then.
No, I mean it's possible it was in a different screen caps lie.
Okay. I mean, you know, maybe then.
Screen caps lie.
But
it's
yeah,
possible that he
they
slid on.
Well, this was the angle that I like thought I saw it from. I guess they slide forward a lot.
Yeah.
Based on where the legs are. But yeah, kind of scary.
This one still image does not tell the story. I believe your memory above this screen cap.
Okay. JR calls for prayers for everyone involved in this match. Which is like the hardest thing ever. And meanwhile, Rhino carries Christian up to the top of the ladder, and Christian pulls both belts down, making Edge and Christian the winners of TLC 2.
What a match.
Insane.
It was such a good pick, Russell.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. The face of a man who just went through some shit. Yeah, this is definitely in terms of like this type of match, one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Just absolutely changed the game for this like spot based, like big moves, everybody doing crazy stuff. Every person, like even the add-ons, Rhino, Spike Dudley, Lita, like all put their just heart and soul into this match. And it is remembered and holds up 22 years after the fact.
Goddamn.
And just chaos going on in this ring. 3 guys in the crowd, it cuts to Christian get the Rhino sign.
Oh, yes, I have that. Yeah. What is that?
What is it?
I mean, I know I know that's characters. It's just never mind.
Well, it apparently was prophetic because Rhino carried Christian up to the top of the ladder, and that's how they won. Okay. So those 3 guys, like, I guess, knew how the match was going to end. As Christian gets the Rhino, and that's how they win. So everybody gets carried out. Understandably, like, nobody walks out of this match.
They limp away.
Yes. So I made allusions to this match is pointed at as like this is the type of match that shortens careers. So I wanted to talk to you about where all of these performers are now.
Yeah, please.
So this 22 years ago, this match happened, and shortened the career of everybody involved. Edge,
Edge, where are you, Edge? Underneath Ryan.
right here. Edge,
Yeah, Edge.
still active.
Okay.
Had a retirement in 2011 due to unrelated neck injuries, but was able to return to the ring 2 years ago. So Edge is still active.
Congrats, Edge.
Christian,
Where are you?
where is he? Right here. Still active.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah. Jeff Hardy, still active.
Okay.
Matt Hardy,
Yeah.
still active.
Okay.
Which brings us to Bubba Ray Dudley,
Uh-huh.
who, breaking the trend a little bit here, is still active.
Okay.
Devon actually did retire in 2016, but he also still had the longest career out of anybody here.
Okay.
Actually, no. I have to think about the numbers real quick. Devon started in 91, retired in 2016. So that was 6 years ago?
Yeah.
7 years ago.
7. Almost 7, yeah. Depending on
Yeah,
what month.
so -7 for everybody else. The Hardys have technically had longer careers than Devon, I guess.
Okay.
Because they made their starts in 94. Lita retired in 2006, but returned recently for one-offs and is actually the current one half of the current WWE Women's Tag Team Champions.
Okay.
So still active. Rhino, still active.
Oh, wow.
Lil Spike Dudley retired in 2015.
Okay.
So it didn't really shorten anybody's career in this context, but still very, very hard match to do, and not terribly fun for anybody involved.
Well, at least it's considered one of the all-time great matches, at the very least. I read that they only each got paid like 10 grand.
Probably, yeah. This was like a not low card, but not exactly major. No, this was WrestleMania. That's a crime.
Yeah. No, they argued up from 5 grand. They're like 5 grand. Then they got 10. I forget. I read that in an interview with somebody. I forget who.
Criminy. That is criminal.
Did you say criminal?
I did say criminal. I did, in fact, say criminal. All right. So, that was TLC 2. Thank you guys for joining us for this very first special episode of Championship Mood Rings. It is quite fun. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. And we'll have to see you next time. We don't have anything else to say, right?
Not yet.
Not yet. What do you got to say to the people, Sam?
Thank you. I hope you wrestling fans put up with me not knowing anything for a while.
And I hope you mood board fans put up with me not knowing how to work the program.
Mood board fans, hope you enjoy wrestling aesthetics.
Yeah, and wrestling fans, I hope you enjoyed all the sweet toys that we pulled up. I guess wrestling fans do like toys.
If you left click, if you left click, you can bring those to front easier. Although now you've
No, I fucked it up.
no,
Sorry.
it's okay. I just have to delete these really quick.
I got it here.
Yeah. If you left click, there's an option to bring to front or send to back on those.
Okay.
Oh, but
Jesus Christ!
did you send them to back?
No, I think I sent the. There we go.
Good,
Okay.
good.
I sent the background to front.
Oh, I thought I locked the background.
Yeah.
Well, we'll learn this app better.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.